What makes you proud about your life? I always get excited to be asked this question. In fact, it's one I love to ask interesting people I meet. It's a deeply personal question, but my answer has always been the same. I am most proud when I look back and remember the place where I grew up.
I grew up in a far-flung area in the Philippines surrounded by vast rice fields. There wasn't much in material wealth, but what we had was a deep sense of community. People didn't have money, but you could always count on a neighbor to share fruits or vegetables. It was a kind of survival born from connection and generosity. As a child, I often dreamed of going far away. I even spoke about this in one of my speeches, describing how I would sit in the flatlands of my village, staring at the distant mountain. Those mountains became my symbol of hope. I didn't know what lay beyond them, but I was sure I wanted to find out. At that time, I couldn't have imagined how far my dreams would take me, how many planes and boats I'd need to cross to reach where I am now. I've always been a dreamer, but more than that, I've been a doer, a pusher. No matter the challenges, I pursued my dreams relentlessly. Even when I didn't have the support I wished for, I kept going. Growing up in a difficult and dysfunctional environment, I learned resilience. I faced circumstances that could have crushed me, but I refused to let them define me. My journey has taken me to many cities and places before bringing me here to Bayfield. Interestingly, I never originally planned to settle in this country. During the pandemic, I found myself stuck here and worked as a nanny for 2.5 years to gain permanent residence. I knew that once I had it, I would start a business somewhere, a place that was easy to navigate with a small town charm in a busy main area where I could walk everywhere. I considered Prince Edward Island, Westboro in Ottawa, and Oakville for its practicality, but fate had other plans. A post on Marketplace led me to a place I could afford, and I reached out. From the first conversation with the owner, I felt something I hadn't in a long time. The comfort of being in safe hands. That sense of security brought me to Bayfield, where I met Nora, my landlady, who I now consider my fairy godmother. Her kindness and warmth made all the difference, and the rest is history. What makes this place even more special is how it reminds me of where I grew up, a place where community truly means something. Recently, the building directly across from where I live, the Albion, suffered a tragic collapse after days of heavy snowfall and rain. I witnessed firsthand how the community came together to support the staff and owners of the place. People rallied, offering help and showing their care in ways that reminded me of the generosity I grew up with. This is the real meaning of community for me, and it makes me proud to be here, part of something bigger than myself.
As I reflect on my story, I encourage you to think about your own. Consider where you started, the dreams you chased, and the people who supported you along the way. No matter where you are now, there's beauty in your journey. Embrace the connections you built, the resilience you've shown, and the peace you've found. Life is not just about where we end up, but about the communities that shape us and the sense of belonging that we find along the way. Think about the people who made a difference in your life, the Noras who have guided you and lifted you up in unexpected ways. Be proud of your story and let that inspire you to be that person for someone else. Because at the end, it's not about having everything figured out. It's about the journey, the connections, and the sense of home that we build for ourselves and others.